Floating in the isolation tank, Wally Funk felt weightless. She couldn't see or hear. There was nothing to taste or smell. When she patted the 8 feet of water surrounding her, she didn't feel it. By the time Funk endured those circumstances for 10 hours and 35 minutes in 1961, she had already taken at least 87 other exams, ranging from swallowing 3 feet of rubber hose to guzzling a pint of radioactive water. It was all in service of becoming one of the first female astronauts at a time when American women still needed their husbands' permission to sign a mortgage and get a credit card. Within months, Funk's dream was squelched. NASA had no program for female astronauts, she learned in a perfunctory telegram. Without that federal support, her privately funded testing program would end. Funk, 82, is now poised to finally see her aspiration come to life. On Tuesday, she plans to launch on aerospace manufacturer Blue Origin's first crewed spaceflight alongside billionaire Jeff Bezos and 2 other people. Bezos, the founder of Amazon, owns the Washington Post. Funk's journey to this milestone began in 1960, when she read in Life magazine that a female pilot named Jerry Cobb was undergoing sensory deprivation testing to see how women's bodies would hold up in space. So, I was thinking, oh, this is really what I want to do. Funk told Margaret Weitkamp for her book, Right Stuff, Wrong Sex, America's First Women in Space program. I mean, there weren't a lot of things back in the 60s for girls to do. Already an accomplished pilot, Funk wrote to the doctor running the tests and volunteered to participate. He referred her to Randy Lovelace, another doctor helping examine potential male astronauts for NASA's Mercury program. At the time, space travel jobs required experience as a military pilot, a type of service for which women were ineligible. Lovelace began thinking about also studying women's fitness for space travel in 1959 while he was attending an aviation conference in Miami. Lovelace and Air Force Brigadier General Donald Flickinger started to wonder how women would physically handle being in space, Funk wrote later. The Cold War was on the horizon, and Flickinger had heard that the Soviet Union was preparing to send a woman into space. If the United States wanted to do so first, it would have to move quickly. There were also practical reasons for their curiosity. Lovelace was a visionary who imagined orbiting space stations with astronauts researching unexplored areas of the universe. Weitkamp, a curator at the National Air and Space Museum, told the Washington Post. But she said Lovelace was also a product of his time who thought the stations would need to fill women's jobs, secretaries, nurses and telephone operators. Speculation that women's bodies might be better adapted to space than men's added to the intrigue, Weitkamp said. Women tended to eat less, need less oxygen, have fewer heart attacks and be physically smaller.